Well, I sure hope Facebook didn't try to get even with me for that video I did last week. Sure has gotten a lot of views, though. What should I do this week? Well, there's always slow look, press and roll, or maybe, wonder who that is.
Hey, are you MCrider? Well, me and the boys here think you need to go for a ride.
Great idea, Mark. Let's go for a ride. You're riding on the back, though. Well, I asked Mark to go for a ride with me, and as soon as he found out that he's going to have to ride on the back, he and the boys bailed on me, so I guess it's just you and me for this ride. But man, what a crazy week. The video I released on Saturday about the issues that MCrider was having with Facebook has drawn a huge audience. Not only drew an audience, but you responded with support that's been phenomenal. Just amazing support. Now, I'm not at liberty to fully disclose how it happened, but I would like to report that the issue with MCrider's Facebook page has been resolved, the flags have been removed, and I'm no longer considered fake news. Like I said, I don't know how the issue arose, but like I said in the video, there comes a time when it's time to move on, and it's time to move on. If it happens again, I'll let you know. But to say that I feel appreciated by the response after the video on Saturday would be an understatement. I set that video to go live on Saturday morning as a premiere, and what premieres mean is that the video goes live and YouTube opens a chat room for about 30 minutes before the video. I've done this on other occasions as well. In that chat room, we can chat back and forth and message with one another. So we chatted and had a good time introducing ourselves before the video started. By the time the video ended, there were over 600 people watching that video release live with me. As soon as the video ended and throughout that first day and weekend, I think I heard from everyone who has my cell phone number. I got calls from friends and family who called or texted in support. Members and subscribers of MCrider sent me direct messages, emails, and comments, and I think I received every form of communication except probably a carrier pigeon, but it was kind of windy that day, so maybe some of those got blown off course. I just want to say thank you. Thank you for supporting MCrider. Thank you for supporting me, and thank you for the words of encouragement that I received. You know, I had a lot of reservations about doing that Facebook video. Not because I don't believe what I said and not because I was afraid to say it. My reservation was I didn't want that message to take MCrider somewhere I didn't want it to go. MCrider has a simple message. It's about motorcycle road skills and road strategies to help you become a better rider. It's a simple message, and it's one that riders have gotten on board with, and it's one that I don't want to get away from. In the course of building MCrider, you get to see glimpses into who I am and to what I believe, and that's just a natural occurrence of spending time together. In the process, you get to know a little more about me. That part of running MCrider is still weird to me, the celebrity, I guess, for lack of a better word, that comes with it. When I meet some of you guys in public and you ask me how Major, my dog, is doing, I forget that you know my dog's name, even though he's only been in a couple of episodes of MCrider. So I'll reach out to shake a viewer's hand and say, hey, my name's Kevin. I'll introduce myself. Most of the time the response is, well, I already know who you are. One time I was in the store talking with a friend. Someone came from the next aisle over because they recognized my voice. I can't tell you how many times I've heard from riders who say they hear my voice inside their head when they go for a ride. Well, I hope that works for you, but when I start hearing voices in my head, it's time for a break. I forget how many people watch these videos. To be honest, I try not to think about it. When I look at the camera and talk to you each week, I don't imagine a sea of people watching the video. I imagine a person on the other end of the video. When we talk to a person, we can usually come away with at least a few things that we've got in common. There's usually some common ground that we can find that we agree on when we look into another person's eyes and talk face to face. In those situations, even if we disagree somewhat, we can walk away as friends. But when we talk to a sea of people, it becomes much more difficult. If I release a video and it reaches 100,000 people, there are going to be at least 100 people that disagree strongly with something I say. And believe me, I often hear from those 100 people. That's part of the problem with social media. Instead of having a one-on-one conversation and finding common ground, social media broadcasts our opinion with a bullhorn, and it reaches every corner of the world. That 1% who disagree with us share their opinion. They find a percentage who disagrees with them. They share their opinion. And with each cycle, the comments and the voices become hotter and louder and louder. Before long, everyone's yelling into that bullhorn and nothing is being heard. To make matters worse, those with the most extreme positions get the most attention on social media. If I said something outrageous on MCrider, you'd comment on it. It'd get shared and it would build a huge audience for that video. Just look at some of the YouTube channels out there. Even some that claim to be about helping fellow riders have built a large subscriber base, not by providing good information, but by highlighting the sensational aspects of riding. I won't allow MCrider to become that. I'll continue to try to be the voice of reason. I'll continue to focus on you as a rider and try to appeal to the individual and not the masses. Along the way, I'll say something that you disagree with, and I'm willing to have a civil conversation on those topics, but what I'm not willing to do is to see who has a louder bullhorn or disrespect you in the process. Do you want to make the world a better place? Well, stop trying to win arguments on social media. Love your kids, raise them right, love your neighbor, and help them. Try to get more grace than you receive, and see if things don't start to turn around, even in this social media world. For me, the foundation of who I am starts and ends with my relationship with Christ. I believe God loves me just as I am, but He loves me too much to leave me just as I am. So just as I strive to become a better rider, I strive to be a better person and more Christ-like along the way as well. And I want my work here on MCrider to reflect that. So thank you so much for reminding me this week that MCrider matters. You encourage me and you inspire me to do even more, and I can't wait to see what God has in store for MCrider around the next corner. Oh yeah, one more thing. Did you notice that there were no close calls the entire time you rode with me in this video? I hear some riders say that every time they get on, it feels like people are trying to kill them. Well, following distance, position the motorcycle where you can see up the road strategy. If it feels like people are trying to kill you every ride, it's time to look in the mirror and see what you can do differently. You can go to mcrider.com/road strategy. I've got a whole page of videos there to start learning how you can ride with less stress and have fewer close calls. Again, thank you so much. Till next week, guys, it's Kevin with MCrider, and I'll see you on the road.